Well, hello there. Welcome back to the Big Show, everybody, where we lay down the hard truths on what it means to be a high caliber man in the world of weak handshakes and softer than needed men. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to tackle a topic that I think every guy really needs to hear. If you're a man on the dating scene, if you're a man who has been dating and not getting very many second, third, fourth dates, listen and listen well. The Big Show is going to help you out. Your Uncle Big Show is going to lay down some knowledge on you. Because today what we're going to do is we're going to tackle a very, very interesting topic, and that is, why don't I get second dates? And fellas, look, sometimes it's not her. It's you. Sometimes you're the reason why you're not getting second dates. Now, before I go on, I've got to introduce my sidekick, my resident unofficial love doctor, if you will, Dewayne Ward. Now, this guy's got the charm of a Southern gentleman mixed with the wisdom of your wildest uncle. Dewayne, you ready to kick this topic off today?
I am ready to kick this. I've been kind of waiting for this one, but yeah, I am ready to kick this off.
Okay. I have to address something that's disturbing right now. Why is there no flashing lights behind you? Did your power go out? I'm speaking for everyone across the world. We are disappointed right now that we don't see a bunch of like flashy LED lights. Explain yourself.
Okay, well, as I announced to the world on the Dad Talk Today show last weekend, that there's been a recent upset in my real life employment situation, and so I'm out there trying to find new employment. And out of all, I've been on a number of interviews already, so apparently I'm in I'm in need or whatever. But one company. Oh God! The guy got on. It was the HR guy, which, by the way, I don't like HR people. I'll just quickly get that out of the way now. But the HR guy got on right before I interviewed with the CIO and the VP over the group and all that. And he goes, "Can you turn off your lights because they might be offensive to the CIO of the company?" Yeah, we haven't really had a chance to talk about that. And I'm just sitting there like, you got to be shitting me. And I went, all right, fine. But after the whole thing was over, I just kind of forgot about plugging them all back in and getting back normal. I was trying to be accommodating. I will say one half of us thought the interview went great, and the other half of us says not a chance in hell.
Yeah, that was probably your half, not a chance in hell.
Yeah. I'm like, no. I if you're gonna be this way over some blinking lights, I can't. And what was weird is that once I got the guys on and we were talking, they loved it. They were like, "Oh my God, that is so cool that you do all that."
You pissed off Mike Keller.
Okay. I think that's what they were afraid of. He was going to have a seizure or something. But yeah, I will get those turned on here soon. How's that?
That's for the next show. I think I did mention something about weaker than normal handshakes with guys out there.
Yeah, I'll just say a little salt in the gas tank, or a little sugar in the gas tank, and I'll just leave it at that, because I'll be sensitive on the airwaves here.
Mm-hmm. So here's the scoop on today's show. Today's show is the top things men do on dates that turn off women.
Speaking of turning off, there we go.
And what better time? I mean, and I swear we didn't do this on purpose. Dewayne is turning off the lights, turning off the action, turning off the cameras right now in response to the topic of today. And Dewayne, as I speak with guys from time to time, and they ask me for their advice on, how they can, be a little more successful on the dating market, I often go through their text messages and I have them send me their text messages. And then I read them out loud. I read what he said to her and what she says to him. And it's a very unique situation, because when they listen to someone else read out what they wrote, they realized pretty quickly, without me even having to say anything, that probably wasn't the best response. And so, what I teach when I'm at work is very similar to what I teach whenever I'm giving dating advice, or really kind of any relationship advice at all, but especially advice whenever you're dealing with a client at work, or whether you're dealing with a girl on a first date, or a girl with a man on a first date. Mostly men towards women, though, because women are a little more judgmental. They're vetting a little harder to the guys, because
Right.
women have a lot more options than men do, right? The ugliest women could have more options than the most handsome man, as far as sexual partners. So women's job is to take the 3, 4, 5 guys that she might be talking to and turn it down into one guy. Well, if you are an interviewer on an interview and you've got 5 resumes, the way that women would have 5 potential dates, you're looking for reasons to the person.
Right.
And Dewayne knows firsthand, because Dewayne right now is now interviewing. And here's the thing, this last interview that Dewayne just alluded to, what people don't understand sometimes, Dewayne, is that you are interviewing them as much as they are interviewing you.
Right.
And when you're on a date, you should handle it very similar. She's interviewing you as much as you are interviewing her.
Right.
And so my point of all this, let me land the plane here. My point of all this is that everything you say and everything you do will either be a promoter or a detractor of the interview, of the conversation, or of the date.
Right.
There's a lot of guys a little quirky, dude. I mean, oh, it's true. It's true. Listen, Joy is listening right now. She's in a group text message with us, and she heard the nonsense that you spewed this morning. She's laughing right now also, because she knows exactly what I'm talking about. Guys are quirky. They do some quirky shit. And hell, even when hold on.
Oh, if people only knew what that message was this morning.
So I'm not going to tell the story, Dewayne. I'm not going to embarrass you, but for everyone who's kind of wondering, Dwayne's been married for many years now. Poor Brandy's in the bathroom, minding her own business, brushing her teeth. This guy gets ready to jump into the shower, and he's still messing with his wife and doing quirky little things in ways that just are downright inappropriate. And that poor Brandy, I just want Brandy to know, if she's watching, that I'm praying for you, Brandy. I am praying for you. You are on my prayer list, because I understand what you go through. And unfortunately, I only know a portion of what you have to go through. There's some stories that probably haven't reached my ears that he has done. And I just want to apologize on behalf of my friend over here for his indiscretions. But my point is that guys do some quirky things, and in our minds,
sounds good.
It sounds good.
Sounds great.
Sometimes when it comes out of the mouth, the joke doesn't land as well as,
or the visuals.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like a good damn joke up here, but when it came out, it just didn't really land well. And so I want to go over some of the reasons that guys are probably having a hard time getting second dates.
Can I though say, while you're praying for Brandy and feeling sorry for her, I want everyone to understand that when the thing that I bring to the table every single day, when I try to land that plane, to use that metaphor, she was in the middle of brushing her teeth and spit all over the mirror laughing. I think she almost fell down. It was that good. But yeah. Save it for when you're married. Don't do it on the first date. That's all I can say.
Yep. I tell you, poor Brandy.
Anyway, first thing, what's on the list there?
So, here's the thing. Times have changed since our dads were out there on the dating market, dating mom. These days, people are swiping left faster than ever before. Women today Women today know within minutes whether you're second date material.
Yeah.
8 out of 10 women decide fast, Dewayne, and about 40% have actually left dates early because of red flags that they've seen on the date.
Right.
So every little move counts, guys. It's like single elimination in the playoffs, fellas. Okay, you got one shot to make it or break it.
Mm-hmm.
So give it your all and pay attention to what it is that you're saying, what it is that you're doing. Now, here's the scoop on some of the latest dating stats that I've conjured up for you that kind of help paint a picture, I guess, on how women feel about those first encounters and what kind of keeps them from committing to a second date. Number one, second date success rates.
Okay.
On that topic, when I dug into it, what I found is that studies are showing me that 50 to 60% of women are actually open to going on a second date if the first one goes well. And that basically means that, you got a 50-50 chance, but the likelihood drops really fast if there's any red flags that she starts to uncover. Now, these red flags are usually done by the guy making a mistake some way, somehow. And Jeremy. Yeah.
Speaking of guys that get second dates, right there, Jeremy B.
Jeremy B's get second dates.
He shows up and he's like, "What's up?
I know
what happened."
That's right. That's how he looks, just like that. I wonder if Jeremy B wears glasses on a date. You think like in your little emoji? Like, what's the chances? I think there's a 40% chance that Jeremy actually shows up to a restaurant wearing glasses like that.
Yeah, with the mirrors on the inside instead of the outside.
Yes, correct. And he's probably staring at her boobs the entire time, but you can't tell.
That's why you wear glasses. Duh. Wait, who's the dating coach?
So, as far as like some deal breaker dynamics, whenever I dove into those kind of stats, what I found, Dewayne, was about 40% of women have actually canceled plans for the second date because of one or more major turnoffs that they encounter on the first date. So not only are they disqualifying quickly, but even whenever they get time to process the actual date and there's a second date aligned or set up for happening, women have about 4 out of 10 women that already have a second date planned will actually cancel the date because they think back to that first date and go, you know what? I just think that's a red flag. And so they just move on.
Right.
So, again, for everyone who's listening right now, think about it. If you've ever been an employer and you've had to do rounds of interviews and you have one job, just like women have one, they got to pick one guy. Yeah, women should pick one guy.
Yeah.
We're assuming the women are good-hearted here and they want to pick one guy to be a relationship with. If you're an employer and you want to pick one person for that job, where's your hot dog emoji? There it is. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get really good at going through interviews and then looking back at the interviews and going, this person here and this person there, the second interview here. And so that's kind of what women are doing according to these stats. I have a question for you though, Dewayne. Let me ask you this question. I mean, listening to the stats so far, listening to how guys are having these challenges with second dates, have you ever wanted a second date and she didn't give you one?
No, and I mean we're talking about red flags, and I know I gave off some. I have 2 stories that come to mind. One involving my current wife, and one involving a girl I dated before I met Brandy. Brandy and I kind of just started dating, and we went to a park, and I wanted to show her how cool I was. So I decided it was at a playground, and I got on the swing and I started swinging, and I'm like, hey, watch me. I'm going to, go to the highest points, jump off, and then, do that awesome, stick the landing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I landed horizontally though. So, that was a good one. She still stayed. And got all this. So,
of the entertainment you provide, you clearly, as we heard today this morning during Brandy's teeth brushing, You provide constant
every day. That's
every
right.
day. And you also bring new material, Dewayne, which I have to appreciate you for. It's not the same shit. Like you actually think about how you can torture your wife a little more each day, and that's just beautiful.
I think that's what relationships should be founded on. Should be shenanigans, and it's one person in the couple. As I was mentioning in the group text, one person in that relationship needs to be that one that brings it every single day. And I think we can all agree, especially today, I brought it.
You did.
There's the mental visual. Yeah, the visuals will haunt you in your nightmares for the rest of your life.
And might I add, Dewayne, that your ability to put these actions into English words and really form a visual that seemingly burns my retinas,
yes,
is very impressive. I actually envisioned what you did to Brandy, and dry heaved a little. But I have to just commend you for your artistic, not only your artistic talent, but your ability to put into words. It really makes a person feel like he also was there in the bathroom, witnessing
against their will. Yes,
that behavior. So, thank you, and I hate you at the same time. So I was thinking about second dates, right? And I'm sure there's been times where what
Brandy's comment. She's thinking. By the way, that's me there on the other side of her. That's my normal suit in there. Most of it. No. You know what? Poop pictures are so juvenile. I use them all the time. Don't get me wrong, but that's not even part of what I bring to the table every day. Poop jokes are just kind of that filler. No pun intended. I mean, you guys can all agree that's. I mean, I'll talk about it if there's like a lull in the conversation, but usually I bring new material every single day. It's safe to say that. Yeah. And again, us not telling you exactly what happened, what was said and shown and all that, we're protecting our viewers.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And Dwayne, that's a really snazzy suit you have there. I will say.
I hope you're going to pull a picture up from that event. Jimmy and Joy came into town for Brandy, my wife's 70s event, and got to. Oh, hopefully he's doing that. And they showed up in the 70s, that whole thing, and did a great job. I mean, it's when you see. Hopefully Jimmy can find the picture. If you find that picture, I'll keep rambling here to give you that time to pull that up, but. He brought it. People were taking pictures with him. Yeah. Oh yeah. People were taking pictures with him. They just could not get enough of the big show on that. He's like, screw this. I'm getting the picture. We're getting it on here somehow. It's, I mean, I could show the one on the screen here, but it just wouldn't do it justice. He's going to do that. Let's see if we can. Yeah, there we go. That was, now, look at the shoes. Now he's already what are you, 6'6", 6'4", 6'8"? He's already that tall, and he wore platform shoes. Of course, the fake hair, and he rocked it. He had like that. You had the sunglasses on that picture, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he had the Elvis, the later years. And then the John Travolta, that's just to give you an idea. I'm like, I'm 5'10" on a good day at this point, and I mean, he's like kneeling a little bit. Of course, so am I. But that was the whole thing. But yeah, that was my wife's event that she had hosted to raise money for her company, and it was a lot of fun. But we brought it. It was good. That had to do like a little. Thing there.
Was it something Angels? Was it
Charlie's Angels? Yes.
Oh, here's pictures of people.
Oh yeah. He brought it. People thought he was part of the entertainment for the evening, and they were coming up wanting to get their picture taken with him and all kinds of stuff. He really made a splash there. It was a fun event.
Yeah,
Brandy did a great job.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, if you go to servingourseniors.org, on Facebook, Serving Our Seniors, there's a video of the actual event. Actually, I streamed it. And you could watch the entire thing there. It was pretty good. Actually, all the videos were done by me and all kinds of other fun stuff. But yeah, you got to see all of that there. But yeah, Jimmy and Joy both did a great job. Had a lot of fun.
This was Joy and her.
Oh yeah, doing the 70s flower child.
Yeah.
And she wore boots. Yeah, it was just like, I'm not gonna be outdone by him, so she wore boots, and it was like a thing. But yeah, it was a fun evening had by all.
Yeah, it was. But okay, so what were we?
Yeah, where were we? Well, we can talk about. I mean, I have
dates.
stories. Yeah, second dates. The girl I dated before I met Brandy. So let me put this out there. I remember I got super drunk, passed out, and woke up farting when she was there. So I don't know if that is that. And there was still a date afterwards. Just to throw that out there. So
Nice.
Sometimes it's what I bring to the table. I have so many stories, but anyway.
I'm trying to think of a couple that I've been on. There's been a couple that I actually said no to the second date.
Really? Okay.
I disqualified her. Let me think of one. There was a girl that I met. So I met this girl. She suggested that we go to this particular restaurant. And no big deal. It sounded fine with me. So we get our food. And she was really insistent, looking back on it, on that we eat at a particular table. So not only specifically at this restaurant, but this particular table. And the dinner goes fine, I guess. It's no big deal. But I mean, I wasn't really that into her that much, but I was committed to finishing the date and give her a chance.
Right.
Later that night, she starts getting a bunch of text messages. And she's really distracted, and she ends up telling me that it's her ex, and that he saw us on the date. Turns out that after I investigated, it turns out she intentionally sat us in front of the tattoo place where he worked at, so that way he would see us, and that he would be jealous.
Yeah, gone. Yeah,
gone.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Oh God.
There was another one where I went on a date. I had a nice dinner. Laughed, good conversation. During the date, she actually calls. She gets a call in the middle of dinner, finishes the call, and said, "Oh, sorry, that's my boyfriend. He only gets time from time to time to call from basic."
No, that's gone.
I asked her to repeat herself, and she couldn't wrap her head, Dewayne, around why I thought that was messed up, and her reasoning was that because he's in another state, it didn't matter. She could do whatever she wanted.
Okay. All right. That's okay. Yeah.
Let me think of another one.
Wonder why I say women are crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I mean, like she was legitimately upset that I thought it was messed up. And I told her, I said, that is really messed up. And she was like, well, I don't want to get it.
I don't get it.
One time I met this woman and we decided to meet up for drinks. The conversation was good. Seemed to have a lot of comments. She was cute, funny, etc. Towards the end of the date, she tries to sell me life insurance.
Oh God!
And then pulled out some brochures for me to look at.
Oh God!
And I'm just like, so when it comes down to it, if you're looking to improve that second date success rate, pay close attention to these following areas that Dewayne and I are going to talk about, because the women really are assessing everything from hygiene to your attentiveness. And the stats say it loud and clear. Respect, listen, bring your best self, or you're probably not going to get a call back.
Right.
So let's go to the top reasons that women are saying why guys didn't get a second date.
Okay.
Let's just jump right into it. Number one is talking too much about yourself.
Oh God, yes.
Guys do this a lot. And I do understand why guys do it. Guys are the ones that have to basically let the woman know who we are, what we're about. We understand we're getting vetted. We understand that women are not picking us because of our beauty. They're picking us because of our ambition, our drive, our masculinity, things like that. There's more, but there's things like that. So if you're a guy who has a little bit of success, you had to earn that, and you're really proud of it. And so it makes sense why you talk. But how smart would it be if you were an interviewee being interviewed and all you did was talk about yourself the entire interview without asking any follow-up questions to the interviewer, asking them about their company? It wouldn't go over that well. So, you know, you want to be really, really careful. I mean, talking about yourself is really, I put it first because it's a classic. The guy who can't stop talking about himself, look, a date is not the place to flex every achievement like you're giving her your LinkedIn profile.
Right.
You don't need to walk her through every promotion. You don't have to walk her through every one of your victories, every gym personal best. And a date is like a two-way relay. It's like a two-man relay. You got to pass the baton, dude.
Well,
it's a back and forth.
Yeah, it's a conversation. It's not like someone sitting there being dictated to for 2 hours about me. It needs women, shocker, you know, love a little bit of mystery. They don't need to know everything about you in that, you know, that 30-minute job interview. And conversely, you know, the same way the other way. But yeah, I mean, I've had guys, you know, I see what they do, and they'll sit there and just yammer on for a half hour, usually about nothing, or they'll be bragging about stupid crap. I mean, I know we've talked in past episodes about, you know, on your profile pic, don't be, you know, showing the bass or the deer that you got or whatever. Talking about that nonstop for an hour it's going to be, they need the TikTok version. They need to, you know, hit it and then move on to something else, or at least do some feedback, you know, like, you know, oh yeah, I got a promotion at work today. Hey, what do you do? And then
exactly,
because people love talking about themselves. If you want the second date, have them talk about themselves. I mean, it's not that, you would think it's not that hard, but here we are.
Right? I mean, look, if you're the only one talking, then she's mentally clocked out, or she's already drafting her escape plan. So you want to have the back and forth for sure.
Yeah, keep them engaged. Give them something give them something juicy to bite on. Hopefully, you later.
Guys, fellas, if you're having a problem landing a second date, look back on your dates and ask yourself, how much am I talking? Am I talking too much? To Dwayne's point, make it a relay race, make it a baton thing. You're passing it back and forth. She asks you a question, you ask her a question.
Yeah.
So let's see what
Never had one. You had to earn that shit to sit at my table.
Boy.
Okay.
Joy says, I went on a date one time where a guy went on and on and on the entire 2 hours about himself. Not
there you go. From a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Jules.
So number 2, and this is one, again, we would think it's pretty obvious, but to Dwayne's point, here we are. Number 2 is oversharing about your exes.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a bad idea. I mean, here's a quick rule, gentlemen. Leave the ex talk at the door. It's just a good idea too. We've all been through it. Look, we've all been through it, right? I mean, we all have a story where it's been hurting, but why rehash it over appetizers? Why do that?
Right.
That's a fast track to thanks, but no thanks.
Well, a girl will, you know, ask you like, hey, you know, how long have you been single or have been dating? And it's really hard to hide the wife, you know, when you're talking to your girlfriend on the first date. You know, you definitely don't want to bring up your wife on that, but I'm glad that joke landed. Perfect. But, you know, wait until she asks about it and then offer just a little bit, not you're not being evasive, but offer a little bit of information, then try to, going back to the first item, then ask her about her. Talk about her a little bit. What are you into? But yeah, but what would be? I mean, hopefully she does bring up, because we're, you know, if you're above 12 years old, you have an ex. When that conversation starts to happen, and she goes, "Hey, Jimmy, you know, tell me a little about your last relationship." what would be some key things to touch on and things not to touch on? Like, well, I mean, don't tell her you got a restraint or you had to get a restraining order or something like that. Nothing that bad, but what would be some things that you would say? So I go, Jimmy, you're looking quite handsome, fetching tonight. I can't believe that you're single. What was your past, your most recent or your past relationship? What happened? Why did it break up?
I would keep it short and sweet. I would say, just like if you're asked the same question about your last employer.
All right. Why'd you get fired?
Yeah. Just say, I dated a sweetheart. She was great. I wish we would have worked out. Things just didn't pan the right way.
Okay.
I think we wanted some different things in life. And after a while, whenever you have a vision on what you want for the future for yourself, you have to ask yourself, does my partner align with those visions? And if it doesn't, it's unfortunate, but maybe you might at that time consider, moving in a different direction. And that's just where we were at. I wish her all the best. I think she's going to be a great wife one day to someone. She's just not the right person for me. And I would just keep it sweet like that and short. Now, what that's going to do, though, is it's going to ask her probably the follow-up question is, well, what is your vision in life? What direction do you want to go to? Which I do want her to ask those questions, unless you're a player, and then you don't really want those questions asked. But assuming you're a guy who wants a relationship, then don't be afraid to say, look, at this point in my life, I'm looking for something meaningful. I don't want to be, no offense, I'm having a great time with you, but do you really want to be on first dates? I mean, I don't. I know you don't. It would be great to have my 50th date with someone that I love. So that's where I want to be in the future. So I would say something like that.
All right. And actually, Joy's on fire. She's bringing up one that I do hear that I've used. It was when they'll get asked and they'll say, well, she's crazy. I mean, facts are she is, but it seems, well, obviously it comes up enough. And I mean, even I know that the whole she was crazy. That's probably not a good response. Kind of what you offered earlier. Okay.
Here's why. Good point, Joey. Here's why. Because guys, how much do you like it whenever you ask her why you guys broke up and she says he was a narcissist?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He was controlling. He was abusive. It's the buzzwords, right? I mean, you go, okay, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's some truth to it, but really, I mean, come on. Well, guys, that's how you sound to her whenever you say she's crazy. Because if we all say the same thing, she's going to wonder, is every girl that he dates crazy? Or does he make her crazy? The common denominator is him in this situation.
Right.
So, I appreciate Joy's comments. Ladies, if you're listening right now and you're watching live, be sure to put in what you think in the comment section. I'm going over some of the top things that women have told me, top things that researchers have asked for or said. But what do you ladies think about it? Am I off? Am I right? Do you guys mind if the guy talks about himself? Do you mind if he overshares about exes? You let me know in the comment section and I'll post them. Okay, so about 57% of women say that they lose interest when a guy can't let go of past baggage. So bringing it up doesn't show that you're real. It shows that you're still kind of tangled up in yesterday's news. So I would leave the ex talk for the therapist. I leave your ex's talk for the bartenders or your buddies, because this is really, you got one shot and you want to play it smart. So I would just avoid that. Number 3 of the turnoffs on why guys have a hard time getting second dates is not actively listening.
What?
Yeah. Exactly. Now, active listening isn't just about keeping your ears open. It's about, I guess, being fully there.
Yeah.
Like truly listening, not just hearing. You're on a date, so put the phone away. Make eye contact with her. Yeah. Don't just nod mindlessly. Women can smell fake listening a mile away. And if you're zoning out or just wanting to talk, I'm sorry, not wanting to talk, but just kind of waiting to talk.
Mm-hmm.
If you're zoning out and just waiting for her to stop talking so that way you can start talking, she's going to feel that.
Right.
And then she's going to be out mentally. Mentally, she's out. So so gentlemen, you really want to make her feel like what she's saying, her words actually matter. And this is really not rocket science. It's just kind of basic respect.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What were you saying?
Oh, nothing. Just someone talking shit about you.
Cool.
The best answer to a pissed off parent would be, we just want things that we're going in different directions and leave it at that. Yeah, sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
She's crazy. She's nutty.
So it wasn't because you didn't have a job. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, Brandy's still with me.
Yeah. So, okay. Let's see. Michael Keller was actually replying back to her is what it was. She was unemployed at the time as well. Okay. She simply felt I was going to leave her, and thus I returned to her to try to punish me by trying to end me. Mike's had some tough dates in the past.
Yeah.
He has some tough dates. So this is one that Dewayne and I have been talking about for damn near 2 years. And if you guys are still missing this next one up, you ain't got no hope. Number 4, lack of hygiene.
Oh God.
We've talked. I mean, how many times, Dewayne? How many times have we talked about this? I don't
know. If you smell like you're going to or coming from a comic book convention, get a shower. Wash that nasty ass.
I don't know why we have to say this in 2024, but here we go. Hygiene, guys. If you're not taking it seriously, you're not going to take the date seriously. Surveys say that 80% of women prioritize cleanliness and smell when it comes to attraction.
Okay.
This is what the women are saying.
I remember Brandy and I took her to a Comic-Con, and she walks, like, she doesn't even get into the building, and she is just hit with this funk, and she's like, oh my God. It was horrible. It's like, guys, wash your nasty asses. I mean, man. You can once every 2 days. I mean, let's start simple. I mean, it should be every single day, but God, once a day, use soap on a rope. Use it for whatever you got to use it for. But
what if the woman's dating you, Dewayne, and she's afraid to be in the bathroom while you're about to get in the shower because of the horrendous, mindless jokes that you might give on her while she's innocently brushing her teeth?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
If you were me, what advice would you give to poor Brandy in order to not be tortured the way that she's tortured?
Yeah.
What would you say?
It's a different kind of torture. I mean, I think deep down, she really appreciates everything I bring to the table. Every day she wakes up and she's like, ooh, what is he going to do now? I mean, I don't even know what I'm going to do. It's just things happen. And I just, I bring what I bring to the table because I'm me. But yeah, I really don't have any. No, I mean, she's married to me. So really don't have too much of a choice. Kind of how that works.
Brandy, blink twice if you need help, Brandy.
Make a comment or two.
Blink twice. Just put in the comment section. Blink.
And on that note, she gets mad when I don't do my shower dance for her. So I mean, who's really being abused here? Okay. She will.
I'm sorry. There's a shower dance.
Yeah. Oh, see this. Okay. This is you got to do a dance.
There's an official shower dance.
Right. Yeah. Wait, doesn't everybody have that? Oh, no. Okay. Brandy and my relationship, I guess, is a little different than a lot of people's. I mean, that's why we're so happy. But she will get visibly upset if I don't do the shower dance when I get up in the morning. And oh, by the way, I get a shower every single day. Take note. We can't put it on YouTube or Facebook, unfortunately. And then there's wide angle lens and all that stuff. But yeah, no, you do the helicopter, you do the dance, you do the rocket all out, and do the and all that.
Okay. Oh, the helicopter, right?
The helicopter, yeah.
Men know what the helicopter is.
That's and you gotta do it to music, and you can change the music so it's not the same every day. But
how do you get music in the shower?
You got your iPhone. You'll have your iPhone there, and then you just pop that on there and do it.
So let me make sure I captured this correctly.
Write this down.
Yeah. Let's everyone out there on Facebook and YouTube. I apologize for pausing this portion of the show, but I just have to make sure I understand this clearly.
Right.
In Dewayne's household, apparently, whenever he takes a shower, which is daily, so this happens daily.
Right.
He brings in music into the shower bathroom area.
Right.
Takes off his clothes.
Yep.
His hands go behind his head like this.
Yep, a little pet.
He rotates his hips.
Rocket.
He does some sort of like rotation where he does the helicopter and a few other moves that we won't attempt.
Right.
And poor Brandy has not filed for divorce.
No, she actually gets mad if I don't do it.
Well,
I'm telling everybody our secrets. That's the secret to a long-lasting relationship is to get a shower every single day and the helicopter technique. Those two.
Here's proof that she doesn't mind.
You know what? Love me or hate me, someone likes it, and that's all that matters.
No, Brandy, we don't. No, it's just in your sick little family. It's just you guys. What we do. Okay. Does Brandy have her version of a dance? Shower dance?
She's shy and retiring. So she doesn't. Hers. She does not do that. She's too shy and all that. I mean, you know what?
This is a one-sided relationship.
It kind of is, but no, we do have. I take that back. We do have a thing where I get flashed at least once a day. And I yell things that rhyme with biddies. And if I don't do that, she gets mad. Like I remember a couple nights ago, I was engrossed in whatever it was. She had a bath and whatever, and she bathes daily. This works, both ways. And she got up, and I have a line of sight because I'm always looking at her in the bathtub. And she's like, "Well, I guess this relationship's over. We're getting divorced." Until I yell biddies, then it's okay, and it has to be that way.
Habits have been formed.
Yes, that's what makes our relationship work. Inappropriate, funny comments. That's how we keep our relationship alive.
So it goes down like this. Hey, Dewayne, big old titties. When you think that's good, watch this.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's how this all works together. Next up. Yeah, I better step up. Our relationship may not work for everybody, but again, our relationship was built on shenanigans, stupidity, moronic, dumb, funny things, and 8, 9, almost 10 years later, we're still here.
Hey, something's working,
Yeah.
It's helicopter rides and, booby flashings, and hey, make it work, buddy.
That's how you keep the relationship going.
The one thing that does continue is that you guys never have a problem with your hygiene when you go on dates.
Every day we have a shower. We don't have that issue. Yeah.
It's mostly for the dance, but you still have a shower.
Always. Yeah, I would normally not shower every day if not for the helicopter dance.
But for the rest of you guys out there, for the rest of you who don't have shower dances, helicopter spins, or a pair of titties to look at, the rest of you need to get out there and actually get in that shower. Don't go showing up to your dates, guys, smelling like you just rolled out of the gym or wearing cologne like it's your armor. Okay. Women know when you spray your cologne to mask the fact that you haven't showered in 4 days. They know.
Right.
Be clean, be fresh.
Yes.
Show her that you
Hint.
put in some effort.
Yeah, a hint of cologne. Like if you were to walk by, oh, what is that clever fragrance? Not holy shit. Like,
Yeah.
I should not be able to smell you from across the room,
Right.
kind of thing. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So number five is one that this one not a lot of guys do, but it's gonna cost you a second date if you do this. Number 5 is when guys disrespect her opinions.
Uh-oh.
That's a problem I can see Dewayne probably having on dates. And some of you guys are so look guilty as well to some degree. We have our mindset, fair enough.
Right.
We lived a certain amount of years on the planet where we know what truth is.
Right.
But do you have to cram it down her throat on the first date?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, the first date, you shouldn't be like, I'm of this, I'm of that, and this is how I feel about this, and this. And conversely, when she's talking to you and telling you that she, leads her feminist, third wave feminist rallies, and she loves this and she loves that, and that's not your thing, that should give you I'm getting the hell out of here, check, please. I'm bouncing. I mean, it goes both ways, but yeah, I mean, being over opinionated, people, it sounds more and more like it's a job interview. I mean, I have my very strongly held convictions, and I work in a environment, well, not anymore, but work in an environment where my views on a number of things are not shared, and I have to navigate that every single day. Now, you don't want to give up who you are, but date number 1, you shouldn't come across as a hardline whatever, and you're an idiot if you think this way or if you feel that way or whatever. But again, conversely, if she's telling you about how the astral project, I'm just going to say from my perspective, the astral projection of Uranus hitting your butt or something, and that's why she's deciding why she's that way, I personally would bounce and say, yeah, there's nothing I can do with this, and bounce. I don't care how hot she was or how whatever she is. You may go, it's fascinating. You're into astrology, and then you can spin that and see what develops, and maybe it was just over time she'll walk away from that or whatever. But yeah, don't be over opinionated,
because what people are under the assumption of, the same way that we are under the assumption of her, is that you're putting your best foot forward on the first date.
Right.
So if you're overbearing on day 1, it's going to lead her to a conclusion that you're probably, if you're this way during the job interview,
right?
If you're asking about time off on the job interview, if you're asking what's your policy on coming in late a little bit from time to time, then you're probably going to be a person that's going to give you a headache. It's just a bad look to do.
Yeah.
So whether it's her favorite show or her political views, her love for pineapple on pizza, whatever it is, show some respect. You're not gonna change her mind.
Right.
It's like arguing with people on Facebook. The elections are 3 days away. You're not gonna change their mind.
Right.
And you're not. So even if you can't respect her point of view, she's gonna see right through it. If you want a strong, self-asserted woman, then you've got to let her own her voice, at least, even when it's different from yours. Be the man who values her ideas, not the guy who bulldozes over them every single time. So your job is not to change minds, guys. Your job is not to change minds. She's not your wife. You're vetting her to be that. So
right.
If her values differ, it doesn't necessarily mean that she's out the door. Right. I mean, some are unforgivable, but for the most part, you have to give some people the benefit of the doubt. We are nothing but summations of the people we've surrounded ourselves with, the part of the country that we grew up in, our ideals, our ideas from our parents. That's kind of the main reason of why we are who we are. It doesn't mean that she's hopeless because she doesn't believe that the earth is flat and you do. Well, then if you believe the earth was flat, you're the problem. But don't say that on the first date.
Yeah, don't say that on the first date. Really? Flat Earth? Okay, I like that. We didn't do the moon landing? That's intriguing. But it's also, though, having the conversation. Let's say she does hold some views that you find completely wacky. Engage, talk about it, and see, if she's like, if you had held a view and someone said that you sound like a moron, are you going to want to go on a date with them again? Or you wanting to? No, you wouldn't want that done to you. You would want someone to go, oh, that's interesting that you think there's a flat Earth. What led you to that conclusion? And there's conversation.
There you go.
That gives her an opportunity to talk about herself. That gives her, and that keeps the conversation. And then after a while, she may go, you know what? Maybe the Earth isn't flat. Because you've had a chance to interject little pieces or something. If it's something you want to talk about, and then, but you're building that rapport. I mean, even with Brandy, some of the things that she believed early on was because she hadn't really researched the topic. She watched the news, she watched TikTok or whatever, and it said, think this way, do this. And then being with me over time, I'm like, well, you free to believe whatever you want to, but blah, blah, blah. And over time and dating and all that, she changed her mind on some things.
Yeah.
Try it out. See how it goes.
Number 6 is one that guys make a mistake of a lot. They do a lot. It's usually the biggest culprit for not getting a second date, and that is trying too hard to impress her.
Yeah.
Guys do that a lot, man. I mean, if they were a bird, their feathers would be all out, flattered.
Peacocking, yeah.
I mean, yeah, for real. I mean, confidence.
There's a difference. Confidence and that, yeah.
Confidence, cockiness, trying to impress. Confidence is like it's silent, fellas. Confidence is silent. If you're name dropping, if you're flashing cash, if you're trying to let her know that you got a nice place in the city, that's what Jeremy B does, dude.
Yeah, Jeremy can get away with this. Anyone but Jeremy B can do this. If you're all like, oh yes, but I was in Aspen last week on my third trip of the year.
Yeah. Jeremy goes on them dates and starts flashing them cashes.
Yeah.
Jeremy talks about all the important people he knows. But for the rest of us peons, we're not going to be able to get away with it.
Yeah.
Maybe Mike Keller can get away with it.
Probably,
Unless your name's Mike Keller or Jeremy B, we're going to have to play by the rules here, buddy.
Right.
Women can smell false confidence like day-old coffee. They're going to know it.
Oh, yeah.
You got to show your worth not on what your words are, but how you act, how you listen, how you respect her and the people around you.
Right.
Everyone knows that the loudest guy in the room is usually the weakest. Everyone knows that the guy who tells everyone that he's the toughest is usually the biggest bitch.
Yep.
Right? So, guys, flashing your jewelry, flashing your title. What was that?
No, nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw that.
I got arthritis in my hand. It was kind of, I don't know what was going on. It's just one of those things.
Yeah. So, have confidence. Be proud in yourself, but don't be flashy.
Right.
I hear it's a really big turnoff for women whenever guys try to impress too much.
Yeah.
It's arrogance. Arrogance is not sexy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, flashing your credit report, your Porsche that you rented, your 5-bedroom house and your vacation home, and just doing it for the obvious reason of trying to impress. That, I mean, it may get you laid, and that's all you're looking for, great. But if you're wanting to have something, ongoing, and do you want to be with a woman that's all they care about is your what you can provide? I mean, yeah, we are providers, but if it's just that, do you even want to be with them?
Guys bitch about it all the time. Oh, women are nothing but gold diggers. Okay, fair enough. Girls are attracted to men that can provide resources. Okay, right. Shocker. Women are get mad that guys treat them sexually all the time. Okay, guys are attracted to beautiful women. Shocker. Fair enough, right? But here's the thing. Guys, if you're one of the men who complain about how women are always after you for your money, then why would you go around flashing the fact that you have money?
Yeah.
If you're flashing your jewelry, your nice clothes, your expensive car, your title at your work, why are you surprised that girls are going to ask you to cash app them $200 before you go on a date?
Right.
You're basically saying, hey, I'm the big shot over here because I make 200 grand a year. Okay, cool. Then expect her to want to use you for your income.
It's crazy. Yeah, guys they'll complain about that. I mean, chicks always been wanting me for my Transformers. I don't brag about that. You just see it, and it's the way it is. They want to get that dumb truck and sell it. But I hear guys, oh, she just wants me for my money. Well, what else did you talk about? Well, I did, I showed her my bank account, and showed her my credit report, and my house and this, that. And it's like, you expect her to want you for any other reason. Yeah. It's like, quit. Oh, Cinderella. Nice. Yeah. Some old school Cinderella. Love it.
Lance always got the 80s hair bands references.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the show, Lance. So we also have talked about how guys are really focused on a woman's past, her purity. If she's been a freaking 304, who she's dated, how many guys she's been with, things like that. Men are concerned about a woman's past. Women are concerned about a man's future. So if a woman is concerned about a man's future, then women are probably going to like ambition, confidence, the ability to provide resources. It brings a safety and security to women that they find valuable.
Right.
When you're on a date, number 7 is a one way to make sure that you don't get a second date is to not have a plan for your life. So picture this. You're on a date and she asks, what's the plan? And you throw it back with, I don't know. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
That's a turnoff.
Wishy-washy.
If you're setting up a date, women like men who take charge and plan stuff out.
Right.
So women appreciate guys who say, next Saturday, this restaurant, this time, I already have reservations. They appreciate that stuff.
Yep. So,
if you come to her and you say something like, well, I don't know. I mean, what do you want to do? It's a buzzkill sometimes, especially on the first date. If you guys have been dating a while, the game changes a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the guy who takes the reins the entire time. And if you really don't care where you guys eat and she does, then that's fine. I mean, I get that. I'm talking about first dates specifically. Have a plan. And what it does is a man with a plan shows a woman that he's interested, he's prepared, and that he's worth her time. So having a plan, even a simple plan, shows the initiative, and that's attractive to women. Mm-hmm. It's a huge green flag to women. Don't let her feel like she's in charge of planning her own date. Girls don't want to feel that way.
And if she is like, I'm taking charge, that lets you know what you're getting into. I mean, I kind of want to almost offer the reverse for this for the guys as well. It's like the whole thing when you're communicating, when you're doing the back and forth, not talking the entire date and show up smelling nice and not like ass and all that. You should be interviewing her just like she's interviewing you. If she's like, well, I want to date and it's got to be in a 5-season restaurant, it's got to be $200 or more because I'm a princess. Do you really want to date that?
Right.
Can I, go back and forth? And I mean, yeah, you're right. Women generally appreciate a guy that takes charge. I mean, that are like, hey, this is what we're doing. And that comes in handy down the road because it shows that you do have a plan. If you're like, well, they want to be taken care of. They want to be, secure in that relationship, and they want to be provided for. If you can't even set the first date up, how are you going to make sure that they're not retiring eating Alpo in 70 years?
Yeah,
that's the other thing. I mean, with Brandy and I, she's heard this once or twice about my goals for our family over the next 20, 30 years. And, she just sits there like, she hates it now because, we have to sacrifice, but she sees the end result. I mean, with this whole job situation that I have, I lived my life planning for this event to happen. And now that it's happened, I'm like, yeah, whatever, we're fine. We're good. We've got this, we've got that. I got all these things moving. She's not freaking out. She's calm. She's, okay with everything. So I'm told. But I don't know, women and that's where it goes, that whole, they want a confident guy, but not a cocky guy. They don't want a guy that's all about, I've got my 401k and I've got this and I've got that. And
right.
Yeah. It's just, you won't get a second date from on that. But anyway,
for all of our viewers who English is their second, third, or perhaps fourth language, can you please go ahead and explain this?
Oh, what is wishy-washy? It's, I don't know. I wishy-washy is, hey, what do you want to do tonight? I don't know. What do you want to do tonight? Or, once you plan the date out, what do you want to do? That kind of crap. That's being wishy-washy.
Undecisive.
Yeah. Very indecisive. Just can't make a decision. Can't take the reins and be a man. I mean,
one minute you want to do this, the next minute you want to do that. It's wishy-washy.
Yeah.
I think it derives from the washing machine. How it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
I think that's where it comes from. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. That's as good answer as any. And that's another thing too. If be confident, and if you don't know, dazzling with bullshit. He gave that answer. I went, sounds good to me, and I'll move on. Sounds good. Dazzling with bullshit.
So number 8 is, and this is one where if you get caught, guys, you got one chance, and you're out. There's no 3-strike rule here. If you do this on the first date, guys, and you get caught, she's going to eject you. You're not going to get a second date. That is your lack of transparency and honesty.
Yeah.
You get one chance. Women often complain about guys who lie, deceive, etc. And what did I say a million times? Women and men lie in different ways. Women lie with their eyes. They put makeup on, wigs, push-up bras, and girdles, and they do a bunch of things to enhance. So women lie with their looks.
All right.
Men lie with their words, because women love to hear about a man's future. So he'll portray a man that he's not. He'll portray a future that he doesn't have a grasp on.
Mm-hmm.
So women get really tired of hearing men lie to them.
Yeah.
Or at least not being fully transparent. Show me a woman and I'll show you a person who wants transparency and honesty. Communication is very important to women. So they want to make sure that they know what they got in front of them.
Right.
Honesty is power, guys. And so even a white lie or trying to mold yourself into what you think she wants is just a one-way ticket to being found out.
Oh, yeah.
Women have an intuition that could scare Sherlock Holmes. So if you're not genuine, she's going to know. She's going to sense it, feel it.
All right.
And when she does find out, because they always do, that trust is gone. So you got to be real. You got to be honest and let her decide if she likes the real you. Pretending to be someone that you're not only ends in disappointment.
Yeah, someone that, been married now for a number of years. Brandy, had I came to her and said, I'm a stoic, I love, working out and being healthy, and I hate nerd stuff, and I'm just I'm into sports and all the stuff that I'm not. She would have saw through it and probably immediately. But I was very honest and upfront. I told her, and she can jump on here and disagree. And it's also great because now when she's like, God, you're such a nerd, I'm like, you knew it all. I told you everything about me, and you still stuck around. This is on you, lady, not me. I use that quite often. But, you can't keep it, just like women, they can't keep the facade up forever. That's why you want to date them for a while before you do anything serious with them. They can't, it's going to eventually crumble down. If you say that you're a millionaire, and by date 3 of going to wherever, your credit card is going to get declined, or you're going to get called out, or people are good about figuring that stuff out. And I mean, I go back to Brandy on this. I mean, I told her day one who and what I am, and that's my job interviews. That's what I've done with them. Is I'm like, this, what you're seeing right here is who I am. I'm a huge nerd. This is how I do things. This is what you get out of me. And one of the, I take it as a compliment. Most people, when they say, when you meet Dewayne, you get who he is.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I don't cuss as much at work when I did have a job. And there, I fine tune it based on who I'm around, but you get who I am. And that's what the right person is going to eventually fall in love with, not this facade, not this, lying about stuff. And it's not just, like what you're into and who you are. It's, what your goals are. I mean, if you're there just to get laid, I would say just be upfront about it, because that'll piss them off. Or if you're in there for a long-term goal. Now, flipping it around, every girl I'd ever dated was like, I'm tired of playing games. I want to settle down with a real guy. And we all know what that translates to for the non-English speakers, the ones that think we don't know any better. That means you're the hot dog, recipient of the year. That's actually, my thing's not working as much as it should be. I'm in a hot dog drought. A lot of girls
one fall.
Always I click the married one. Hold on, it's just that this is the married option. Should just be one at a time. But they see through it. But the ones that say, I'm not into games. They're the biggest game players in the world, and everybody knows that. So when you say it, they're going to pick up on it. And then again, pulling it back to for the guys, when you say when a person tells you they're an honest person, don't ever say that. It sounds dumb. I'm just going to say it right now. Don't ever say I'm an honest, I'm trans. Don't say the word. They want to then, the things that you talk about and the way you handle yourself, they will then go, that's an honest guy. That's a transparent guy. Don't sit there and tell them.
Yeah. I've never been a fan of when people say, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
To be honest, well, it makes you think, okay, well, were you not?
Yeah,
previously until you just disclosed that?
You're blowing smoke up my ass earlier, and now you're going to be truthful. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Hey, listen, the honest truth is this. It's okay, well, everything you say should be the honest truth, but
right.
You don't have to.
Not some version, yeah.
But I got one more.
Yep.
I got one more that if you do, it's probably going to cost you the second date, and that is being too judgmental.
Ooh.
You want to be careful with being too judgmental. I mean, no one likes a critic. Especially on the first date. So if you're going in there picking things apart from her drink choice to her opinions, she's probably going to feel the same way you would if she did it to you, not respected.
Right.
So a judgmental guy or a judgmental girl, it feels like he's holding up a scorecard the entire night. If you want her to feel comfortable, if you want her to open up, well, then don't act like you're scoring her every single move, every single thing she says.
Right.
Make her feel comfortable, not like she's on a trial.
Yeah. So makes sense. What would be some things that you would suggest to people? Because I know a lot of people get judgmental. I have my big button issues when someone says, "Oh, I'm for this or against this," and it's something I'm diametrically opposed to. I've learned not to go, oh, well, you're wrong, and here's why. I try to work through that. But what would be some things that guys can do when I'm trying to think of a hot button topic?
Give me an example.
Yeah, I'd love to, but our last time we started talking about certain things that that video got shut down by old Farce.
Isn't that funny? How last week, just to let you know that the there's ears out there.
Oh yeah.
Last week was the first week this is the 78th podcast.
Yep.
The first time we ever talked politics, ever mentioned anything about it. The entire show gets demonetized, and you can't even find our show last week on Facebook.
Yep.
It's not even there.
Yeah, crazy. So I'm sitting there trying to think of something that you know what? I love the Dallas Cowboys. They're the best. And I'm assuming you would be and I'm not a Dallas Cowboy person, but you think they're the dumbest team in the entire world. How would you go about, working that rough edge out?
Humor. I would just make it a funny joke.
Okay.
But not, even if they were my rival, then I would say, well, I've got some good news and bad news for you, baby doll. And she'd be like, what? Say, I know the Cowboys very well, but the bad news though, is I'm a Redskins fan. And she'd be like, are you serious? And so this year, we're going to stomp stomp a mud hole in you when we play you in 2 weeks from now. I would just make it a funny back and forth thing. And then I would set up the second date by saying, I'd rather not wait 3 weeks for the game to happen, but what do you say in 3 weeks we make it our fourth date to get together for the Cowboy Redskins game?
That's a good thing there. Okay.
They're not even called the Redskins anymore. They're called something else.
Yeah, no, I think that's politically incorrect.
The Commanders now?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I asked the wrong guy.
Yeah, I'm like, if it's Dungeons and Dragons or printing or working on stuff or computers, yeah, I'm your guy. Yeah. I mean, what if the girl goes, oh my God, I love it.
Bill, we actually covered this one, Bill, probably before you logged on.
Yeah.
I think that was number 2, I think, was the X. So you're right, though.
Yeah.
But Dewayne, go ahead. You were saying what?
If I go, you know what? Ryzen CPUs are better than Intel. Intel is just complete crap. You can't, stuff happens with them and they're garbage. They're expensive garbage and they can't even play certain video games, whereas other people that have a cheaper computer that's on Ryzen plays it with no problem.
Now we've gotten personal, folks.
We have.
Now we've gotten personal. See, Dewayne just brought you in to my mom knows football. She does.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, the Commanders.
The Commanders.
Yeah. So that's an inside joke for all of you guys that Dewayne's trying to cut me deep. He's trying to cut me right now. He's trying to cut me deep. You see, Dewayne buys the knockoff versions
that work
of what I buy. I buy the good stuff. I buy the Intels of the world. Dewayne buys the Ryzens, which is like a knockoff. It's like buying Pop-Tarts and then you buy the cheap Pop-Tarts from the dollar store.
Right.
That's what Dewayne buys. The problem with it, though, is that when my stuff, which is supposed to work, because I pay a premium for it, when they don't work, I have to humble myself and go to this guy and say, will you please fix my overpriced Intel graphics card that doesn't work apparently anymore? Yeah.
I mean, what would you say? Like, you and I are on a date and I go, wow, Intel sucks. Well, I'm sorry, you'd have to agree with me now. Okay, that's a bad example. Let's see here. Try to think.
Yeah.
Try to think of one here. But yeah, I mean, so really it's, use humor. That's always a good thing. But yeah, not being judgmental, like, you never say, you're dumb for thinking this.
Right.
Unless it's astrology. But,
humor is always the way to go, in my opinion, and make a lighthearted joke about it.
Yeah.
Open up to different points of views, ask them questions, and Dewayne, I think you handled it perfectly with your role play a few minutes ago. Hey, I'm curious. I don't share the same point of view, but I'm definitely curious on why you do. What makes you feel that the earth is flat? I mean, you sound like you're convicted. I mean, your convictions are strong on it, and I respect you for that. Tell me 2 or 3 reasons that you love the Dallas Cowboys. Because I can't think of any.
But that would be, that would get.
But that would go over if you smile and have a good time doing it. Say, I can't understand why anyone would love the Dallas Cowboys, but here we are, the first person to ever be a Dallas Cowboys fan after such a horrible season that they've had so far. Please enlighten me to why you are. So I would just make a joke about it. It's a good, fun rivalry.
Yeah.
But let me give you guys. So those were my 8, 9, 10 different points. that you guys want to make sure that you're watching out for. But let me give you guys the Big Show's additional turnoffs to watch out for, some extra nuggets, if you will. Here's a few more for the road for you, fellas, okay? Talking over her, watch out about that. You guys don't like being talked over. She don't like to be talked over. Being late without an apology, a good reason.
Oh, God.
Don't be late to the date.
Yeah.
Complaining about life. Don't complain about your hard life.
Right.
We're men. We're expected to have hard lives. It's the burden that we bear, the cross that we bear.
Yep.
Don't focus on your phone during the date. You know how you would feel if she focused on her phone. Don't focus on your phone. So each one of these mistakes is like throwing up a brick against a wall. I mean, you're just building that wall, that brick wall between you and that second date from ever happening. Don't put barriers where there could be bridges. So hopefully you guys took some stuff away from that. Thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you. And Lance always drops good knowledge. No one cares about what you were. Nobody cares about what you did. They don't care about what you're doing. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And Keller says, if you're getting there to explain why NVIDIA sucks, enjoy the show.
Yeah. Oh, God. My apologies to anyone who owns any NVIDIA GPUs. Wow. Yeah, you got hoodwinked. And for the non-English speaking folks, you got screwed.
Hey, what I wouldn't give to go back to 2014 and put 10 grand on NVIDIA stock. You'd be a multi-millionaire now. So NVIDIA is good for something at least.
Yeah.
Before we close the show, people in the comments section, if you're watching live on YouTube, if you're watching live on Facebook, do you guys have any questions that you guys have for us before we adjourn and we go to final thoughts? Dewayne, I'm going to let you take this one. Joy asks, what about kissing on a first date? Then we got, hey, you can't be a sloppy kisser. It's very, very important. Listen, women take kissing pretty important. I have personally underestimated in my times in the past how important kissing is. I dated women who don't care a damn thing about kissing. I have.
Really?
Now maybe I'm the exception.
Yeah. Okay.
Not very affectionate. And that's not common for women to be that way. And then I dated women who have been very interested in kissing, and it's very, very important to them. So important that some women find kissing more personal than actually intercourse sometimes.
Right.
Maybe not quite one-on-one, but maybe just as personal as intercourse. And they don't go around just kissing any random dudes.
Right.
Because that's how special it is for them. And I have been accused of in the past of dating where I don't kiss enough, apparently.
Oh, I got a fun, I say it's a funny story, but it's an interesting story. So a girl I dated when I was in grade school, 10th, 9th, 10th, 11th grade or whatever. And she told me, this is years later, that I was the best kisser that she's ever had.
What was his name?
Huh? What was his name?
What was his name?
His name was Bob. But and she actually told her husband this.
No.
Yes. And I got to meet him. This was years ago. And I'm like, it was awkward because I'm like, what do I don't know what to do here because I obviously didn't say anything. But she was like, you're hands down the best kisser I've ever had. And you're better than my husband. And I've been married to him for, at that time, I think 10 years. And I'm just like, hi, well, nice to meet you. And
that's crazy.
Don't know what to say about that. But watch out for us nerds. I mean, the scene from Revenge of the Nerds is right. All jocks think about is, football. And all we think about is, sex and kissing and all that stuff. So, we'll surprise you every once in a while. But so, kissing is very important for women, I would say.
What about this, Dewayne? Hold on. This one right here. you can kiss a girl, and there are many types of kissing. So,
Yeah.
do you agree that there's many types of kissing?
Oh, yeah.
And if you agree, what are some different types for those who may not know the different types of kissing?
Oh, you mean like passionate as opposed to
Sure.
just pecs? Okay, I mean you have obviously the passion. You have the French kissing. You have the friendship kissing. I mean, there's different types there, but there's also location that is also important. I mean, I've got my finishing moves.
We are referring to kissing on the lips right now.
Oh, okay. Well, you got your kiss, French kiss, Spider-Man kiss. I do that one with the wife. Oh, I do the Spider-Man kiss with Brandy all the time. She loves it.
Please explain. What's a Spider-Man kiss? I have no idea.
This is why you and I could never be in a relationship. That's the only reason, though. Everything else, I think we're in line.
Mainly because of your hairy ass, but yeah,
that could
never be in a relationship.
Yeah, there were pictures. But so picture this, and again, this guys, girls, write this down. So the Spider-Man kiss is basically in Spider-Man, Mary Jane was standing up, and Spider-Man came down from his web upside down, lifted the thing, and then
he was upside down,
right, and kissed her. Now I have to do the modified version.
And then she took his mask off
a little bit,
exposing his mouth like right here.
Right, and then they did the kiss, and that was it.
So how do you and Brandy do Spider-Man kisses?
So the Spider-Man kiss is a little different for us mortals, but so she'll be sitting on the couch, and I'll walk up behind her, bend over, and give her a Spider-Man kiss.
Oh,
and she loves that one. That's one of the many she loves. Not to brag about Mrs. Ward, but she likes that one. There's a few others that I do that, and again, you don't need to put your brain in the gutter. I keep, that we'll keep it a PG rated show, but there's other kinds of kisses that women respond to favorably, that do occur from, the neck up. But yeah, I mean, that's a Spider-Man kiss, but yeah, there's that one. You have, French kiss, and you gotta mix it up a little bit. You gotta figure out kind of what you're doing, where you're at when you do that PDA. Public display of affection for those that don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I know my gal likes affection, as I would say a lot of women do. And yeah, I provide. I'm a provider. Except as far as a job. I like making jokes about that. Hopefully I'll say just for everybody, the unemployment thing, which actually I'm still employed for like another month, so it's not even I joke about being unemployed and all that, but I'm still employed currently. But I actually will be hearing probably Monday if I will be employed again. So then I'll have to decide, do I start immediately? Do I take a little vacation? What do I do? But anyway, whole different topic.
Do you plan on taking some time off?
I need to, just because, again, with the way I do my stuff is I don't take any vacation till the end of the year, which I've done it that way my entire career because of the systems I worked on and all that. And also, most importantly, because, most companies that I've worked for, if you are let go, they pay out your unused vacation. And I've always got that mentality to take care of my family. So I leave it to the very end of the year. That way, if something like this were to happen, I would get, 4 weeks or whatever that ends up being paid. So I can then continue taking care of my family while I transition into another role. But I'll probably take the next, few weeks off just to kind of get my brain re-screwed on and do stuff. But that's just kind of how I do things.
That's where mine. So I'm looking at. I just typed up what are the different types of kisses, and there's the lip kiss, there's the French kiss, there's a forehead kiss.
Yeah. Oh yeah, forehead kiss. Yeah.
There's the neck kiss, right?
And do it the right way. If you do the neck kiss the right way, it's on. I'm just gonna tell you all right now. You gotta do it the right way, and women are like butter. I'm gonna give away all my secrets. I like to keep a couple, even after all these years of marriage. I just bring something new every day to the table. I don't know if Jimmy's frozen there. Oh, and he's duplicating. Oh, he's duplicating.
My computer's giving me the kiss of death right now.
It's like, oh no, we got two Jimmys.
I'm gonna remove the other Jimmy. There you go.
There we go.
You only get one. You guys can't handle more than one Jimmy.
I like Killer's comment. We have Jimmyception. Yeah, that's from the Inception.
That's true.
Oh God.
All right. So.
He's asking about Intel. I don't know if you mean the chip or the kissing, how to do it right. Maybe I should come up with like a how-to guide for how to kiss. Kissing for nerds. 1, brush your teeth. Don't have crap in your teeth.
Yeah,
that's good hygiene. Work on those and don't smoke. Oh God, yeah. And I say that as a former smoker. I smoked for decades, and now I could not even imagine.
So what's your take on kissing on a first date?
Oh, okay. As far as that, it depends. How did the first date go? I don't want to talk about how awesome I am. I mean, some people kiss, some people go further than the kiss in the first date. It all depends. I would say if it's going really well and you're getting that vibe, and it just everything just makes perfect sense. Yeah, give her something that's gonna leave her coming back for more. That's part of it too. You kiss a girl the right way, and she's putty in your hand. She's like, oh, second date. Let's ramp this up, because that's just like dancing. It lets you know how you're going to be in bed. Well, it's not always a barometer since I suck at dancing, but of course I suck in bed. So anyway, all right, next topic.
It's true though. A well-timed first kiss is very important, and it will almost solidify the second date. But then, just like guys complain about, they know whenever the girl wants the first date kiss or not. Some guys, they can't read a room very good.
Yeah, they cannot read a room. Yeah, guys will go in for that kiss and be like shut down, and they're like, "What?" And it's like, dude, there's no way you're getting a second date. It wasn't going to happen before. It's certainly not going to happen now. And then vice versa, where you don't do the kiss, and the girl's like, "What the hell's wrong with me?" Then she's like,
"I've had that too." Yeah.
I mean, it goes both ways. Yeah, you just gotta.
One thing I can really say to that, guys, is you got to get better at reading the room. If the chemistry is there, if the connection is there, one surefire way. Well, you know what? I shouldn't say that. It's not surefire. It's only surefire one way. If she doesn't want you to kiss her, okay, here's how you know 100% of the time. I probably shouldn't say 100%, but pretty much most. Ask her, can I walk you to your car? If she doesn't want you to kiss her, she's almost guaranteed to say, no, it's okay. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, though.
Right.
But if she does say, yes, you can walk her to your car, it does not guarantee she still wants you to kiss her, though.
Right.
But if she wants you to kiss her, if she does, then she's going to be okay with you walking her to her car. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She's like, "Oh no, I got this. I got an Uber. I'm out of here."
Right.
Don't embarrass yourself by going in.
Don't try it. Yeah, don't try it. But if she's okay with you kissing her, she'll be okay with you walking her to her car. If she doesn't want you to kiss her, then she's going to turn down the invite to walk her to her car. Yeah. But in all fairness, though, just because she said yes to you walking to her car doesn't guarantee she wants to kiss you.
Right.
So there's really only a surefire way of knowing if she definitely does not want you to kiss her, but not necessarily if she does.
Have you ever had that? Like you couldn't read the girl? Have you ever had one of those?
Sure.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
And I will always err on the side of not kissing her then.
Yeah. You don't want to do the improv. Definitely speaking of Brandy, I mean I knew I had it in the bag, so it was all good to go. Make her sound like a floozy, but I had her at nerd.
Yeah.
She was.
If you choose wrong, though, you get kicked right between the uprights.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get kicked right.
I think that if you go in for a goodbye hug, which is always nice and appropriate, if you go for a goodbye hug, I can usually tell whenever I pull away from the hug by the look in her eyes whether or not she's okay with it.
Wow, you're in the last possible split second realm there. Okay, all right.
But you've got to be able to read women. And if you can't read women that well, you're going to have a struggling time.
Yeah. I wonder what the girls think. Have the girls ever had like a, oh my God, I can't believe you tried to kiss me, or why didn't he kiss me? On the ladies.
Almost every woman has had a, I hope this guy doesn't try to kiss me moment. Almost every woman I've ever talked to has a story or two.
Yeah.
About that. And then there's women who have, so Joy agrees. There's women who have been in situations where she would have been okay with a kiss and he didn't give her one. It goes both ways. Connection is the best way of figuring out, though. Connection and chemistry. It's something that is not able to be seen, heard, touched, taste, or smelt. You have to feel it, gentlemen. You have to feel the connection. But Dewayne, anything else you want to say before we go to final thoughts?
I mean, the whole thing, with the things that guys do to turn girls off. This is, again, the show is really, to help out guys. And you'll notice, though, a lot of that is transferable. You wouldn't want a girl talking over you. You wouldn't want a girl stanking on the date. You wouldn't want, her being judgmental. A lot of this is, live in the world you create. You wouldn't want people doing this to you, so don't do it to them. I'd say if you lived your life that way and 80% of that, you'd be fine, and then get your second dates and move on. It's amazing because some of the guys, are like, what do you mean I got to act this way or I got to do that? Most of the things we talked about should be common sense.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be anything.
It's not so common in today's world.
Sadly, it's not. But yeah, my hope is that guys, can go out there, and girls too can, meet the right guy. Everyone is honest and transparent, and then you have your first date, and hopefully if everything goes well, it's not get the second date just to get the second date, but that you guys made a connection, and you guys really clicked on that first date, and then you move on and it progresses, and hopefully something good comes out of it, because it is awesome. And I know a lot of guys are like, I'll never date again. I'll never get married again. And I was one of those guys. Well, ding.
There you go.
Trust me, I was not going to ever happen again. And then, damn it, Brandy came along. Of course, really, who's the loser in this one, me or her? Seeing and knowing and hearing and all that, the things that she has to deal with every single day. Really, who's the one that's really losing out on this? I don't know.
She's paying the price, buddy.
She is every single day.
Yeah,
daily.
She's paying the price.
Yeah,
so,
that's
as always, Dewayne, thank you for your commentary and your exceptional co-hostism. With that being said, let's go to final thoughts. All right, so listen up, gentlemen. The bottom line is this: a date is your chance to show her you're worth getting to know. It's not about showing off, though. It's not about being perfect. And it's not about hiding behind some fake facade either. She wants to meet the real you, the man who is confident, the man who is respectful and ready to listen. First impressions are built on details. So if you're mindful of the small stuff, then the big stuff, boom, it falls right into place. Don't let silly mistakes trip you up. Show her that you're there to bring your best self. And she'll see the man that you're working to become. You've got one shot, guys, so make it count. So hopefully those tips helped you out. Now, that's all for today, guys. All for another episode of The Big Show. If you got something out of this, hit that subscribe button, spread the word about the show, and make sure you come back next time. Until then, go out there, be your best self, and remember, respect and honor are earned every single day. So thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you guys next week. See you soon.